Clark.
Yep.
Bill Clark with MicroVentures. How are you?
I'm great, thanks.
So, MicroVentures, I think it's kind of obvious what you do, but I mean, let's get into the details in a second. The space itself is really, really hot. So, microventures, microfinancing, crowdfunding, like all of these different terms. I mean, when did you first start the company and where did the idea come from?
So I started the company in 2009, and the idea came while I was working at Dell Computers and also later at PayPal. And it was,
PayPal Mafia.
well, I got in later, but but yeah. And so there was just no access to capital for startups and small businesses, and I wanted to figure out a way to unlock some capital, and so that was just sitting on the sidelines. And it's really that those investors who want to invest smaller amounts of capital, and so that's how MicroVentures started. And I was really a big fan of Prosper.com, LendingClub.com, and so really that's kind of how I modeled it after.
What amounts are we looking at in terms of funding? Is it up to a certain amount? Do you have a cap?
There's no real cap. The low end is $1,000, and people can invest all the way up to $30,000 online. But if they want to invest more than that, they can invest more offline. So where we're unique is people can just go right on our website and just fill out the amount of money, click a button, and it goes right into our bank account, our escrow account until it gets funded.
So as low as $1,000, though, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's a way for a group of people to invest a small amount of money, pool that money together, and then help fund a startup and really get it going.
Got friends and family around.
Yep, exactly. And a lot of it is, it's some friends and family, but it's people from all over the United States who are investing, and they really just want to get into angel investing. They may not have the deal flow themselves, they're not in a network, and they just want to be a part of it.
I like this. So it's sort of, angel investing 101. It gives you sort of that package that you need when you don't have that infrastructure in place for yourself.
Right. Yeah. So we put together the package for the investors to look at, and we do all the due diligence up front, and then we provide that to them so that they can do their own due diligence. So not every deal is right for every investor, but they can make that decision.
Angel is a service.
Right. Exactly.
I had to, I'm sorry. I had to. Are you surprised by some of the things that you're seeing people invest in, or the sort of people that are signing up for the site?
It's as far as the investing side, it's we'd have to do due diligence on each company. So the only companies that we find that our investors will be interested in, we put on the site. And so we're doing about 4 to 5 deals a month that way. On the investor side, we're getting anywhere from doctors and lawyers to stay-at-home moms who want to get into investing, to people that work in the venture world but don't invest their own money, and so they want to kind of get into it on their own.
So you're sort of changing, the image or the face of investing in a way, because I think, at least from my perspective, I have a certain image in my head of what an investor is typically like, and that doesn't usually mean my mom or dad or, my friend's parents or that sort of thing, or a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems like you're opening this up and making it accessible for anyone to be an investor.
Yeah, it's all about opening it up, and with our service, the investors don't have to be active in the company. And so while a lot of investors are interested in that, there's people out there who want to be passive. They want to make the investment, track it, but they don't have the network or the ability to help the company grow, and so they just want to give the money and just and watch it and see what the company does over the next few years.
Do you see any venture capitalists also getting involved? Because a lot of them are coming down and sort of meeting the angels or almost competing with angels in terms of investment. So are some of them jumping in too?
We do have some of the some VCs who look at some of our deal flow, and while we haven't participated in any funding yet. I think that that's something that we will get into over the next year.
And what types of deals typically do you have? Are there certain industries? Are you seeing certain trends with the sorts of deals? And how are you finding them?
So the companies that we're looking for are early stage to mid stage companies that need $150,000 to $500,000. If there's anything that's later stage, that's maybe 2 to 5 million, we can participate in a deal like that, but it's not us just bringing all of the money. And then, we're looking at tech, social, mobile, gaming. It's really what's hot right now, and that's because our investors, we're building our investor base, and we've got about 2,200 investors on our platform, but most of them, their core, they want to invest in tech. And so
Which is obvious.
Right, exactly. And so as we grow, we'll be able to kind of get into those other verticals, but for right now, we're really focusing on tech. And that's really my background and our background to look at deals and due diligence.
And what piece do you play in terms of where the money is going? What do you get out of this? Where's your piece of the pie, so to speak?
So we put the deal together, and then we don't charge our startups up front. There's a small fee to request funding, but then we get a commission on the back end, and it's only after the deal is completed and successful. So if we don't successfully raise, then we don't charge.
Have you thought about aligning yourselves with different accelerator companies, or accelerator programs rather, and maybe helping out those companies as they graduate from programs?
Yeah, definitely. We've actually just recently invested in a few companies that have gone through the accelerator program, and then one that's about to go into it. So those are companies that we're very interested in, giving our investors access to.
And what about regions of, just say the country of the U.S.? Are there certain areas, Silicon Valley is quite obvious, but are there others that are popping up maybe as little hot spots or anything like that?
We have, it's just scattered everywhere. So aside from Silicon Valley, they're all over the place. So yeah, there's no one place that I could point to. As far as our investors go, New York and Texas are our two biggest outside of California.
Texas, huh?
Yeah,
interesting.
And we're located in Austin, so we tend to get a lot of people from Texas that hear about us.
Let's transition then to that point quickly. You're here in Austin, and there's quite a tech scene. Even when South by Southwest Interactive isn't here, there is an amazing tech scene in Austin. Can you maybe give us paint a picture of what it's like here, and maybe what excites you about the Austin tech scene?
What I like here, well, as somebody who's looking at deals, the valuations seem to be a little bit more reasonable, and it's a great group. There's a great group of people here that are very approachable, are friendly, and it's a very tight-knit community here. So everyone knows everyone, and it's
there's a lot of hospitality in this town.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, it's
guys really do open doors for you. It's amazing. They wait for you. Like, they won't let you be alone anywhere. They actually wait for you places.
Yeah, it's when I first moved here 11 years ago, I was surprised at how nice the people were here in Texas, and so yeah.
Where is the best place to get barbecue?
Rudy's.
And where is Rudy's?
There's a couple of them. It's a chain here in Austin, but there's none that I know of right here in the city, but it's outside of the city. If you're up on 183, you definitely have to hit it up. It's in a gas station, so.
I love this. Rudy's is in a gas station.
Yeah, it looks like when you go into it the first time, you question it a little bit, but once you actually go in, you'll go back multiple times. It's a great place to eat.
Rudy's. And what about a local beer? I know I'm putting you on the spot about beer.
I love Shiner. That's Texas, but yeah, it's not local to Austin, but yeah, Shiner's my beer.
And as far as the startup scene goes in Texas, are there any other companies you want to give it a shout out to, or that have been doing some phenomenal things here?
I like Capital Factory, the accelerator program. I love what they're doing. They put out a lot of great quality companies. I like one of their companies, Forecast, which is
I've Got a lot of play here at South by.
Yeah, I really love what they're doing, and I use their app a lot. So yeah, I'm interested to see how they do over the next several months with the buzz at South by.
I guess last question is, when you're in this sort of space, you really have to keep an ear to the ground to identify some of those nascent technologies or maybe those underlings that haven't had attention yet that you can, pounce on immediately to help them out. How do you find deals? I mean, aside from, obviously they're coming to you, but I'm sure there's some of that in the opposite direction. How are you doing your research?
So we're always reading up in tech blogs what's the latest and greatest. We go to demo days for accelerators, and we're lucky enough to have a pretty good network of people that send us deals. So not only do we have VCs and angels that are sending us deals, but we have 2,200 people in our network that when they see deals that they like, they'll send them to us and say, I'm interested in investing 10, 15,000 in this. They need 250. Will you look at it? And so we'll look at those deals too. So yeah, our deal flow is pretty good.
Well, thank you so much. It's been wonderful talking with you here.
I appreciate it.
And TechZulu is going to be covering Austin a bit more, so let's stay in touch.
All right, great.
And would love to hear more about what you've got going on and how MicroVentures itself grows.
Okay, well thanks, I appreciate it.
And MicroVentures.com?
Yep, MicroVentures.com.
If you're interested in investing, got $1,000 even to start with, go to MicroVentures.com and start becoming an angel.
Thanks.
Thanks, everybody.